bring mom, like right now. This is the craziest thing you've ever seen. Saying is how good some of these crops actually do look. Oh my gosh. I just saw a fish swimming in the ditch. I mean, that is as square as you can, I mean.
Go straight down in the water and straight out of the water.
Hello guys, and welcome to New 6th Gen Farmer. We're gonna start this one off a little different because, well, it has just been rainstorm after rainstorm after rainstorm here in southern Minnesota, northern Iowa, and last night was a big one. I was on the phone last night, and all of a sudden Amber Alert started going off saying that the county south of me was supposed to get 7 inches overnight. And just to preface this, we've had about 6 inches this week prior to that 7 inches. Now, I did not get 7 inches last night. I probably got 3 or 4, but I called my dad and I was like, we gotta go drive around, look at the water, make a video. He said, yes, start at the lake. So I'm about to walk down to our dock. Oh my gosh. The dock is actually underwater. The last step's underwater and the dock is under an inch of water. If I still had the jet ski and the lift, it would be out of the water like that far. Our neighbor's dock is completely underwater. And now, just to preface this, last year there was maybe an 8-inch to 9-inch gap under the dock. So that's 9, like 14 inches once you count for the dock itself. Hey Tom, show people how big you've gotten. You're like an 18-pound cat now. It's a big chunk. Yes. Used to be so small. What happened? Okay, bye. So on the backside of my parents' house, there's a DNR pond, which then has a creek that goes to the lake. And it sounds horrendous back here. Wonder how full this is. Can you hear that? What in the heck? Oh, that's fish. I just saw a fish jump. Oh my, look at the fish. What in the heck? These are all fish. There's hundreds of them. What? That one's look at this one right here. He is massive.
Yeah.
Yeah, get to the DNR path right now.
DNR path where?
By your house.
Oh, okay.
Like, bring mom, like right now. This is the craziest thing you've ever seen.
We're like 2 miles away, so.
I might actually come pick you up. Where are you at?
We're driving. We'll be there in 2 minutes.
Oh, okay, okay. Do I dare show you the fish, Tom? I wonder what you'd do if you do anything. Okay, yep. Yep. No. Look at the fish. Hundreds and hundreds of fish. They're all alive, from what I can tell.
They're all the whole.
Yeah, literally the whole way back.
Fish blowing them out of
This is just. I'm waiting to see if I can get a fish flying out of the gurgling on camera. There, one kind of flopped. Why are they all here?
I don't know, I'm sure somebody's a good looking no more than I do.
If anyone knows what the heck's going on, why all these fish are piling up here. let me know. So we invited our neighbor over who is a little bit more of a fish expert than we are. We don't fish or anything. We don't know what we're talking about. Anyways, he says, yeah, those are carp. Our lake has been having a serious carp issue the past few years, and the DNR has been spending a ton of money trying to seine them out. So we're calling some people to see if there's any way they can block off that waterway, because they could catch thousands and thousands. I mean, we started looking. They were like all the way back. We could literally catch thousands of carp if someone was to act on it. But the problem is it's a Saturday, so I don't know if the DNR's doing much today. But enough staring at carp jumping out of a fountain. We are going to head down to the farm, and a couple neighbors down there got 3.5, 4 inches. So on top of the 6 that we've already had this week, 6 to 8. So it's gonna be interesting. Water. This is our field right here. A lot of water sitting there. Most I've ever seen sit here. Still not that bad though. I mean, could be a lot worse here. But we did completely system tile this field a couple of years ago, except for that one spot because it's a wetland, so we legally can't. Water, water. There's a low spot up here. I'm almost terrified to look at this thing. A lot of water back there. I mean, honestly, I could just keep the camera on, point out the window as I drive along here. I mean, it's just water everywhere. But what's insane is how good some of these crops actually do look. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's a 60-acre wet spot. At least. That's not even the bad spot. It's up here further. I just went through a big mud hole with my pickup. Oh my gosh. Insane. Somewhere I have a drone video of our local co-op absolutely burying their sprayer right here back in 2018, which has been the last wet year that we had. There's literally ducks. There's ducks swimming in the field. So this is our field. That's sitting water back there, sitting water behind the hog barns. A little overflow from that last big spot I showed you guys. Now across the road here is the organic. This is what's really important. And there's only a couple wet spots that I'm assuming are sitting water. I don't know how big they are though. That farm's sitting a lot of water too. This is the organic right here. Corner sitting water, expected that, fully expected that, not surprised. Actually, oh, it's still going. Still sitting up here too. Still going. Still going, still going. Okay, I replanted this spot right here. I was expecting this to be underwater. Fully expected that. Oh my gosh. You know what I didn't expect? This. It's literally over the road. Okay, we're getting the drone out here. Oh my gosh. This is all organic right here. Can I go over the road? Yeah, I sure think I can. I'll go over slowly. The good news is that the water's running out of our field over here. I mean, look at the flow on that. I just saw a fish swimming in the ditch. Insane. Drone's coming out. Now, stupidly, I forgot to charge my drone battery last night, so I don't have a ton, but oh, I didn't realize how far I went back. Oh my. Look at that. That's insane. I have never seen this much water. Let me spin it around. Put in sports mode here. Spin it around, point towards the organic. Okay, so this is the organic field right here. You can kind of see a line between the two planting dates. So, this big gravel pile right here. So right here, people across from our organic farm, they kind of had a weird shaped field that never grew much, and they sold the field to the county, and they made a gravel pit out of it. So it's basically a small lake now. I don't know if I had people comment on this big gravel pile before asking what it is. It's the county's gravel pile that they use to, like, you know, fix roads and stuff. And yeah, it's flooded. Now there's a little creek that runs behind here. That's kind of what I'm looking at right now. And it runs up into all that. And just look at the force though. I mean, look at the water running here. I'll get a little closer to it. I feel like this is going to be a long video just showing a lot of water. Insane. We should have an insane counter too, how many times I say the word insane. So as I had the drone flying, some county guys stopped by and they were looking at the road, and he was talking to me, and I was like, yeah, I got the drone up taking some pictures. He said, you should go south of Ceylon. He says it is way worse down there, which coincidentally is exactly where that field is that I planted twice already. So I'm gonna go pick up my dad at the shop, and we're gonna do some driving, and he'll be able to get some good input because he was live for 91 and 93, which were the last two super wet years that we had. We're going to attempt it. We'll see how deep it actually gets. I don't know. I'm not very far in yet. Yeah, I don't think this one's gonna be a no-go. I'm not very far in. Backing up. Crap. Oh, fantastic. Starting to rain again. Let me stop. Roll down the window. I could probably zoom in on that. So this is our organic soybean field. So you guys saw our organic corn field and how underwater that was. This is the organic soybean field. So we got a big hole in the back. Is that the biggest you've ever seen that?
We've only lost, I don't think we've ever lost that hole except
93.
Yeah, we might have. The one year the outlet was plugged a little bit. That has never sat water that I don't remember ever planting it.
This. The other side of the family's across the road. These are both fully tiled fields.
Yeah, these are farms with big mains in them.
I am very proud of my planting job here though. I mean, that is as square as you can,
Go straight down in the water and straight out of the water.
That is an absolutely... Except for, if it wasn't for the water, this would probably be the easiest field to cultivate because everything except for the east corner, or the east end row, is square.
Okay, so here's more farms we put new mains in.
This is the neighbor's. It's over top of the corn. Corn's probably what, waist high right now?
Oh, not down there.
Probably a little shorter down there, but thigh.
This water might be gone by. I don't remember ever being on the road here. I don't ever remember this.
So, my whole life, you've told me about 91 and 93. So, which one was like the greenhouse year? That 91?
91 was very warm. It rained every day, rained every night. It'd be 90 and windy the next day. So it would dry out quickly.
Yep.
Yeah, and then 92 was cold with average rain. The 93 was cold with huge rains. And I don't have, I'm sure somebody will say I'm wrong. It seems to me I remember, like in July, our little town north of here had set a record of 40 some inches of rain by July 1st.
Okay, we're above 30 now, aren't we?
I'm guessing we're in the 30 range. We did hear last night there was some town in somewhere in Dakota got a foot
Really?
of rain last night.
That's not good for Dakota.
No.
Man,
No, and somebody said south of Madelia they had 10 inches.
my college roommate, Matt, he's down by Ida Grove, Iowa. He sent me a photo. There was like a 10-foot rut in the road.
Wash the road right out.
Wash the road right out.
Well, it said guys are losing bridges and that type of thing. I mean, there's a little water going over the road. My house is high and dry. My house, how long's ever going to sit in water?
Yep.
I don't know about your brother's house. I'm in a basement apartment.
I'm in a basement apartment. It was dry this morning, so.
So we got a lot of damage. We're kind of to insurance levels anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, this is over the road. I was just going to say it's not over the road, but it is.
Yeah. This was kind of expected though. This always sits water.
Yeah, this is a drainage system that needs some serious updating.
This is the only hole that I was not able to replant the first time. This was still too wet to replant the first time.
Has it ever been without water completely?
Last year?
This year, I mean.
This year, no.
Since we planted it. I mean,
no, I planted through it, yeah, but ever since we planted it, no, I think it's had water in it.
the duck.
Yeah, there's some ducks flying over by the organic field too. I don't think it's always had water in it, but it's always been wet.
I thought even when it was getting dry, it still had a little water.
Maybe. This field, yeah, that was expected. What does our new CRP ground look like, I wonder?
That's funny. It only gets so wet because it all runs over right away to the neighbors. Look at that.
Yeah. It's Billy there.
Yeah, the difference between 91 and 93 is, I mean, the crops on the hills are still... I mean, there's enough bad where it's a disaster. But, you know, this isn't bad looking corn.
No, the corn looks good.
Man.
This is the biggest this hole has ever been in my life.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't know this intake because I kind of gave up looking because it was so deep trying to get to the intake to see if it was plugged or not. Yeah, this is bad. The spot that was over the road there too.
Yep. I think I can get through that, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'm gonna go slow. Okay, we're on the rim. Yeah, we're fine. We're fine here.
The question is, should I go buy that drill this morning? If it don't rain for 10 days, this water should be gone. Hold back there, it's going to be weeks if it don't rain.
A lot of this is gonna be weeks, I think.
It might be.
Geese are happy.
We've got about, what day is today? 22nd?
22nd today.
How many days in June?
I have no idea, to be honest.
We've got about 10 days to get stuff planted again.
Just plant soybeans and everything.
Yeah.
Water was over the road here.
Don't have any choice. I think, was it suppose the organic corn, you didn't go through that. You couldn't get through that. You didn't
I drove through that. Yeah.
That road going north, was that road all washed out?
Yeah, it was up to the bridge. Yeah. I did not try that.
That hole down, you can't. I don't think you can see the big hole.
Well, that's what I got the drone for.
Save that.
Am I in the right field? No. There's our field.
There you go.
There we go.
I'm guessing the water's still running over top from the neighbor.
To the south.
Yeah. Guessing there's a stream.
At Roth, it was running over top into our field.
That kind of runs across.
Yeah, it seemed to be going in the ditch there. Do you think we're even going to be able to see the intake here?
The other one, no. The one that's really doing the work, no. The one next to it, I'm guessing we will. Maybe.
I don't even know where it's at here.
Keep going forward.
Is it that little bubble right there?
That's way up here.
I saw something. Yep, there it is.
You do see it?
Right there. Is that it?
There's water coming out of it.
Yep.
That's the old tile, and the new one is. There's probably water going into the next one. I don't know, how high are you?
I don't know. The water's so reflective. There we go. That high.
You can see the clouds neatly.
I'm negative 4 foot from where we're sitting right now, if that helps you at all. It looks like there's... Is that something?
There's there 2 holes? This one's bulbing up, and that one's maybe... Hard to say.
Oh, that's so hard to see.
Well, if that big one is covered, that's way over my waist, I think. The tall one. That's just kind of a inspection hole.
Wowzers. It's a lot of this field gone. Look at all the water.
Where's that water? Where are we at? Oh, that's the hole.
That's
the hole before the big hole.
That's that way. That's by North Share. That's North. That's North
okay,
Share right
okay.
there. Yep.
Okay. That's the neighbor.
That's the neighbors in the middle.
That's the neighbor. Oh, Lauren's is flooded too. Yeah, and I have not lost Bob's 8. I have not lost that hole since we put the new main in there, and that's going to be a first.
Kind of in the center of the screen right now, yeah.
That's going to be a first for that farm.
I already planted that the 1 row one year, but I think that was before you put the tile in.
Probably at it. I don't know how many years ago that was. It was 14, 15 years. It sits water, but it always gets out. Well,
I don't think I've ever shown the 1 row in the videos. It's in the back of the shed over here, isn't it? I have a little 1 row Alice Chalmers planter that I can pull behind a 4-wheeler. I had that before my 4-row. I used it a few years ago because we had 1 row and the planter got screwed up or something and went out and... Well, I'm gonna land...
Oh, that's... Okay. No, I don't...
That's the rye field, yeah. I'm going to land this and we're gonna go over to Shendels.
Okay.
Now these are holes. So these have been we planted the first time and then we replanted every single one of these 2 times after the fact. And now they're much bigger and underwater.
Oh, we replanted some of them 3 times.
No, I think twice. I think just twice.
Right.
I think it's been planted a total of 3 times. That ditch is very, very full. Oh, I forgot about this side. Huh. Flowing? Yeah, it's flowing.
It's flowing.
Well, go back to the place, get the drone out, I guess. See how bad it is in the middle there. Typically, I can't see the one in the middle from the road very well, and I could see it pretty well. So I'm guessing it's pretty big. Okay, so that's all. Honestly, I don't think it's quite as big as I expected it to be, but it's definitely big. It's definitely bigger than what it was. I mean, you can see the corner on the edge.
On these two, when that hole connects with that hole, it's about as full as it gets because the water runs. But you can see over here there's water coming from... Probably there's still water running over top from everywhere else.
Yeah, so kind of the stuff that's in the middle of the screen right now in the distance, that's all running into this hole. And this one's going down this ditch, overflowing there.
Just follow that ditch down then. You get, how much range do you have?
I got quite a bit of range. I might need to spin the pickup around, but... When did Grandpa put this ditch in?
I guess in early 70s.
So last year we made a video of us fixing... How big a tile was that right here?
36, I think.
Yeah, I think there was a 3-part video of us putting 36-inch fixing
I'm
this.
glad we got it fit. Well, I guess it don't make any difference now, but it's definitely been used this year. It's very sad. A lot of damage done.
So then this open ditch goes into a culvert, which then goes over to this ditch, which I can already tell it's flowing. Oh, it's coming from the field. Oh yeah, it's coming out the culvert there too.
Might as well go higher. It's gonna get...
That's a lot of water. I don't think I've ever seen those flood back there either.
No, they're all connected. That's kind of new.
So in '93, I mean, obviously there was not as much tile as there is now.
Right.
I mean, did it look worse? Or is this...
I'm guessing this morning we're as full as we ever were then.
Yeah, I'm at pretty low battery. I don't know how much further I should go.
Okay, the farm north there from where you are now, those holes all connected that year.
Okay.
Or south, I mean. It goes flip south to the...
Over here. Oh. Yeah.
I know when we replanted them, every one of them was connected, which they're looking
Close.
close. I'm guessing that water might get out of there and save the crop there again. I don't know. I don't think those... I can't remember. The water was gone from them yesterday? I don't remember.
I don't think if there was water, I know there wasn't much.
It's all a blur.
I didn't even drive by it down here yesterday. Never mind. I don't know. We should check the rain gauge here though. It's right there I see on top of that pole. You go check it out.
One neighbor said 3 overnight.
Okay, I'll land the drone. I only got 20% left. A lot of water here. There's a lot of water sitting here before it rained. Here last night.
Yeah, even though this is just 5-6 miles from the rest of our stuff, they had been avoiding the rains up until a week ago tonight. Because none of this, they hadn't replanted this. This was all good up until yeah.
So we just talked to our neighbor Rod this a few minutes ago. He said 12.5 inches the last 7 days.
Yeah, that would sound about right.
Last year, and he said last year our rain total for the calendar year was 10 point something inches.
I think 90. Last 3 years we've barely cracked 12 inches for the year.
No, he got it in 7 days.
6 days.
6 days.
He said 7, but it really didn't. Did it rain? No, we were in the field Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
And then Saturday night is when the rain came, and it's
So
Saturday morning.
kind of 6 days.
Yeah, so it's basically, he said 7, but it's really 6.
So we're about to crest a hill here. Now this hole, this is where, was it Dave?
Yeah.
Our landlord's husband, was it 93, he parked his planter here, and water was covering it.
There's water here, but it's not as high as it was
Then. Yeah,
because he had it planted in the planter was sitting in the field driving.
Right here, yeah.
So it was higher then, but it might have been. I don't know how high the water. It don't look like it was a whole lot higher. Here's some water running over top into here too, from different directions. Oh yeah, that water's got to run across.
Huh.
Yeah, it's brown water. Don't go down because it's got to run from all. When it gets this high, it's running over top from everywhere.
I am south of Ceylon. I'm kind of afraid.
They talking about the creek was overflowing?
I don't know. Just the county guy stopped me by the organic. He said, if you really want to see something bad, go south of Ceylon.
He didn't say where. I assume it was south of Ceylon.
Yeah.
Just don't know it'd be so.
I don't know. When he said south of Ceylon, I immediately thought of the Myers Field.
Because that only said so much.
Yeah, but I mean, it's gonna.
And that was crap to begin with, so it really don't make any difference.
We replanted the whole thing though.
Maybe the sitting water will knock down the ridges you made when you planted the second time.
Oh, we'll see.
I don't know. I might not even be able to get there. I don't know.
We'll see.
A lot more.
I don't know. We're probably not gonna be able to get there the way I'm thinking about getting there. Probably have to go around. I guess.
It's a weird feeling. That one night, was it? Were you along that night? We went up to after they had the 10 or 12 inches up north in the fall.
Yeah, that was like 14, wasn't it?
Something like that. So we went up and
we went to the Oden Orsby.
Yeah, so we went like in the afternoon and we turned around so much because the road's closed and we kind of were out in the middle of nowhere and it was starting to get dark. And it was a little scary because I mean I knew the area, but I didn't. You just everywhere you went, you had to start turning around. I don't remember how we got where we got.
Didn't we finally get to the hill and the water's like to the tassels? What was it?
Yeah, we had our farm up there at that time. The water was over the tassels. Yeah, the corn. Yeah, that was something I've never seen.
I remember we just stopped on top of the hill.
It was 10 or 12 foot deep in that hole.
Yep. But the funny thing is that field actually did really good that year. I mean,
it did okay. Yeah.
I remember the ears that were under the water were just massive. I mean, just like comically large because it's soaking up all that water.
And then there was, it was a mess. We missed out. I mean, we just had the one farm up there. I know the one town backed up so bad they bought the hog pumps.
Put them in the sewer, right?
Stuck them in the sewer system. Take the pressure out of the sewer, probably the storm sewers. I mean, they probably didn't put them in the sewer.
Yeah.
That would be illegal, but they put them in the storm sewers trying to. But I suppose the storm sewers are all full. Well, like last week or 2 weeks ago when I was in Esterville, the streets flooded. I didn't think much of it. And then as I'm sitting there eating, all of a sudden the corn stalks come. Tons and tons and tons of corn stalks floating by right down Main Street.
right by the subway, right?
Yeah. So that was kind of a new experience.
Yeah.
They all ran in from the north side of town and down the streets.
That would clog up a storm.
Yeah, that would clog up everything in a hurry, except I suppose they were so mad they didn't even get into this. They plugged up the grates, not the...
Yeah. Well, it looks wet.
Your little means were coming in spots.
Yeah. This is the This is the field I planted at an angle after the fact. I'd never seen this hole that sit this much water. Usually it's just a little sliver off the edge of the ditch.
Just about running over.
Yeah, it's close.
So this harvest don't sit much, it's just wet.
Get out from across the driveway here and see if you can see my rows coming up at an angle or not. Oh, there's water coming over the road. That's not my field though. Just kind of curious. You can see my little rows coming up or not. You can see where I drove it at an angle. Well, here are my little beans. I did twin rows on the end rows. You can see them kind of, there's not much popping up. Let's get out here a little bit further. I'm on top of the hill here. Still doing twin rows, Oh yeah, you can see my beans going sideways. Right about here, yep, here you go. Yeah, I mean, they're popping up, I don't know. Worst problem is that this field needs to be rock picked really bad, but we haven't been able to get out here and rock pick it because it's just been so wet. We're gonna get the gators stuck everywhere. Interesting. The worst part of this field is that we're gonna have a major rock issue. We haven't
Covered so many rocks or what?
Well, there's a ton of rocks out there, and it's been so wet. We haven't been able to get a gator out there to pick it all up. I think we maybe had 2 days we possibly could have gotten a gator out there, but we were planting hydrous.
Still would have got stuck somewhere.
Probably. But my beans are coming up. I mean, you can see the little rows going at an angle.
Be careful here.
Nah, I'm fine. I'm not gonna go in the field. Okay, well. What are you looking at?
See what other places got for rain.